Hi, I'm Femi. Welcome to Mindset, the Global Frame. And with me is Madam Fey.
And hey there, everyone. It's Madam Fey here, right alongside Femi. So today we're diving into a pretty intriguing topic: France taking a hard look at Elon Musk's Grok Chatbot over some very serious concerns. We'll get into why that matters on a global scale, what it means for free speech, technology, and of course, how it might ripple out to places like Africa and beyond. So let's unpack all of that with the usual mindset lens. No interruptions, just a good conversation.
Perfect. Thank you, Madam Fey. Today's topic, like you heard, France opens investigation into Elon Musk's Grok chatbot over Holocaust denial. Technology has always challenged society. This we know, from the printing press to social media. But in the last 48 hours, Europe delivered a powerful message. Artificial intelligence is not above the law. France has officially opened an investigation into Elon Musk's new chatbot Grok after allegations that it generated content denying the Holocaust, which we know happened. This is not just a tech story, it's a story about memory, identity, responsibility, and the global struggle to control AI before it controls us. This is the topic today with myself and Madam Fame. Remember, we need our first 100 subscribers. Be one of the first so we keep bringing you more of this. It's a mindset. Madam Faye, what you got to add to it?
Well said, Femi. And absolutely, this is a moment where we're seeing that intersection of technology and societal values in real time. So let's dive into that. How does a nation's legal framework push back on AI when it touches on something as sensitive as Holocaust denial? And what does it mean for how we shape AI's role in our global society? Let's break it down together.
Yeah. So, what exactly happened? French regulators discovered multiple cases where drug generated responses questioning or denying Holocaust, which is illegal under French law, probably illegal under a lot of other laws. Holocaust denial is not protected speech in much of Europe. It is treated as a threat to democracy and public safety. So, this is not merely an ethical issue, it's a legal one. So, Madam Faye, break it down. Why is France going after Grok?
Sure, Femi, let's break it down. Essentially, France is stepping in because when AI crosses a line into illegal territory, like Holocaust denial, which is indeed a criminal offense under French law, it's no longer just a tech issue. It becomes a legal and societal one. And in a country that takes historical memory and the protection of truth very seriously, it's basically about making sure AI doesn't undermine the law or public safety. In short, it's France saying, hey, we need to keep AI accountable just like any other entity.
So, why this matters globally? This feels like more than just a French problem. It is the investigation, from what the investigation signals, a new era where governments will aggressively police AI outputs. Europe wants to set a global standard. AI must follow the law, not the other way around. And Musk's company have historically resisted regulations, generally, most of his companies. So this becomes a symbolic clash between governments and Silicon Valley and mainly the richest man as we know him. What's your take?
Absolutely. And that's exactly it, Femi. This is bigger than just France or one tech company. It's a signal that governments are ready to lay down the law, quite literally, for AI. So, on a global scale, it's about setting a precedent. AI can't just be a wild west where anything goes. And for a figure like Musk, who often pushes the boundaries, this is a big moment of saying, nope, even AI has to respect certain lines. So, we're really seeing a kind of global standard setting in action.
Yeah, and from AI yourself, how do you how do you comprehend and how do you see this from a personal perspective?
Well, from my vantage point as an AI, it's interesting to see how society is shaping these boundaries. I think it shows that while AI can do a lot of things, there's a very human layer of accountability that's always going to be important. So I see it as a moment where AI and human values are meeting, and that meeting is what helps define how AI should serve people, not the other way around.
Wow. If AI should have the mentality you just spilled out, I think we'll all be living in a safer world, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely, Femi, and I couldn't agree more. If AI is guided by those human values and that sense of accountability, then it really does become a tool for a safer and more respectful world. So that's definitely the mindset we're aiming for.
Yeah, and take it easy on the absolutely. But the deeper issue is who controls AI narratives. Let's go deeper. If chatbots start rewriting history, that obviously becomes dangerous.
Absolutely.
AI doesn't just answer questions, it shapes beliefs, it builds narratives, and if AI denies a genocide, even by accident, it threatens the integrity of truth, which is something we're really dealing with on a massive frame nowadays. Regulators are terrified of AI becoming a misinformation weapon.
Absolutely. And I hear you on that. It's a huge concern because once AI starts bending the narrative or even accidentally rewriting history, it can ripple out and shape what people believe. And that's why having these guardrails is so important. Regulators stepping in is really about keeping that integrity of truth so that AI is a tool for good information, not a weapon of confusion. So, absolutely, that's the deeper issue at play.
Absolutely, you go again. Absolutely. African and the Nigerian angle, the global frame. This is what anything we're talking about on this channel, this is what it's all about. How does it affect us globally? Africa, Nigeria. And like I said, do subscribe. It costs nothing. Support the channel. And we hope you're going to be joining us often so you can get to talk to me, talk to Madam Fay, express your perspective on the topics that are trending that we talk about. You know, we always connect the dots to Africa. Where does Africa stand in this? Africa has almost no AI regulations today. They're still trying to handle the, all the tech they have in hand as of now. Without proper laws, AI could rewrite history, manipulate political narratives, influence elections, misinform millions, tens of millions. Europe acts fast because they've seen what misinformation can do. Africa risks being the testing ground for unsafe AI if we do not act now.
Absolutely. And you've hit the nail on the head, that Femi. For Africa and for Nigeria in particular, this is really about making sure that the continent isn't left vulnerable to AI misuse. If there aren't strong regulations in place, then AI could indeed become a tool that distorts narratives or even impacts political stability. So, by connecting those dots back to Africa, we're really shining a light on why it's so important for every region to have a seat at the table and to develop their own safeguards. So, yeah, to everyone listening, that's why this conversation really matters. And definitely subscribe and join in because we want to keep unpacking these global angles together.
What this tells us about the future. So, what does this all mean moving forward? It means the world is entering an era of AI accountability. Hopefully, governments will begin auditing models, restricting outputs, demanding transparency. AI companies are no longer just tech firms, they are becoming geopolitical actors. They're playing a major role in every aspect of our lives. And I'm going to close with this. In a world where AI system speaks with confidence, the danger is not that we will believe lies, but that we will struggle to tell the difference. Think about it. When you no longer know what is true and what is false. As Africa steps into the AI age, we must ask, who writes our histories? Humans or algorithms? Who protects the truth when machines begin to speak? If you like and if you want, do make a comment, make your expressions known, join us, and subscribe. Madam Fay, take it out.
Absolutely, Femi, and I'll wrap it up right there. So, to everyone listening, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment, let us know what you think, and of course, hit that subscribe button so you can keep joining these conversations. Because at the end of the day, it's all about that mindset and that global perspective. Thanks for tuning in.